This is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our A Livecast. Queen Elizabeth might finally be dead, but don't worry. The Livecast's favorite old queen is alive and well. That's right, Dave Mustaine said some more dumb stuff this week. Long live the Queen. Our A Livecast starts now.
God save the Queen! Rod, there's some feedback on your mic or something. What? Oh, that was you talking?
That is
God save the Queen!
It's the Sharon Osbourne voice, but more Edith Bunker than ever.
Yeah. Well, Charles! Charles! Sharon Osbourne is kind of a British Edith Bunker, if you think about it.
That.
Welcome to R.I.P. A Livecast!
R.I.P. a queen. Rest in piss.
Yes.
Isn't it stupid? Just like every time one of these royal people dies, like you just get reminded of how stupid it is to have a queen in the first place.
Agreed. This whole thing is the whole exercise is like, wait, you're like, who cares? That's just that's all I keep thinking of.
Like it was a thing.
Who gives a damn?
In the past, because like everyone was terrified of demons and shit. Like they were dying at age 30 from diphtheria, and then the king came along and said, "I will protect you, and I was appointed by God to protect you." And they're, "Oh, okay. Why do we need that shit now? Like, just enough already."
It's mascots. It's England's mascot. It sparks tourism. I mean, really, like, go look at this palace with these famous people that live in there.
There's this one channel I watch that's like puzzles, like I'm into puzzles and stuff. So they're British and it's a great channel, but they acted like the world ended yesterday. The poor queen. Oh my God. I hope she didn't suffer. Oh my God. And I couldn't
Not a
watch.
day in her life did she suffer. I think you can rest assured.
She was 96,
all 96 fucking years. Yeah, there's minimal
fine.
suffering.
She died after a life of
full life.
Miserable shittiness to millions of people, surrounded by her friends and family, comfortable in a bed. She died fine.
Yeah.
Everyone should be so lucky.
She got away with it.
In a $1 trillion palace.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to say, it's events like this where it's really worth it to be on Twitter because I have laughed harder than I haven't quite. The shit posting is at peak levels.
That's true.
With the death of the queen.
You know why I think that is? Because almost everybody, no matter what your position is, or what left, right, middle, don't care about politics at all, most of us can agree, A, having a fucking queen is fucking stupid, and B, she's a miserable, horrible person. So I think that brings everyone together to make funny jokes.
Yeah. And there's just so many ways you can go with it.
Yes.
But really, just like if you just clicked like Irish Twitter was trending on Twitter and just going down the line.
Oh my God. There was a video from a soccer game where the whole crowd is just chanting, "Lizzie's in a box, Lizzie's in a box, Lizzie's in a box, Lizzie's in a box." Which
That's
just
great.
wow.
That's better than
trolling.
at the Phillies Mets game when they caught Osama bin Laden and killed him, and they erupted going USA. This is like better than that.
Easily in a box. Osama's in a box.
Okay, let's be real. She easily killed more people than Osama bin Laden. Can we say that?
Cite your sources.
Her
say that.
Her like governance, her influence on the politics and influence on parliament and all that stuff. And her meaning the entire royal family, not just her. But like,
yeah. If we're gonna generalize on just the royals in general and that whole system, yes. Sure, yeah.
Worse than the fucking Osama.
Well, it must be so weird to be in England right now, especially if you're the type of snarky, cynical asshole that listens to our APL Livecast, because the sincere amount of tributes are pretty wild. Like, this is their train station right now. It's just every ad. It's a digital ad, so it's all just a tribute to the Queen. Every ad is just Her Majesty the Queen. Elizabeth
I would
II.
go down that escalator, put my ass on the side of the railing, and fart next to every one of those pictures.
Oh my God.
There's been some great photos to come out, like this one where Ozzy met the Queen.
What?
Along with Kermit the Frog.
Why is Corbin Baba there? You know what's the sad thing is that Ozzy Osbourne probably didn't get as close to pronouncing Kermit's name correctly as Iron Sheik did.
He thought Kermit was real. He thought there was an actual frog on his shoulder.
He thought Kermit was an infected gangrenous boil on his shoulder. I'm patient 9. Sharon, get rid of this thing. What is it?
And then also, what's really weird to me is like the sport of it all, like how the news is treating it like a sport, like this new royal line of secession. It's
Succession.
Succession.
Well, she's seceded from living, so that's maybe accurate.
Read Shifty Shortcake's comment, Rob.
Oh,
highlight it. I live in the UK and the whole country has gone nuts. Damn lingerie stores are running tributes.
Love it.
Hey, Rob, scroll up and read the caption of this picture on the tweet, because that was very funny. How do you unlock Lilibet? Look, that's the
right.
Yeah,
there's no photo
Who
of
is
Lilibet.
that?
I don't know.
I'm guessing
this
this is Prince Harry's new child, who
Oh.
there's no photos of.
Sid, go down to the lingerie store. They have a full flyer
Ooh.
with all the information on
Ooh.
everybody, all the royals.
I thought you were going to say Lilibet is in some lingerie. At the
Oh
store.
no! How dare you? How dare you?
Wait, so Prince Harry is still in line
Spears?
for succession, even though he bailed on the whole thing? He
Hey,
still
rules
gets
are rules. Rules are rules.
Blood.
Interesting.
Blood.
Yeah.
But
it's
there's
all about
weird
blood.
little children. Is that Hermione in the upper corner there? Who is Princess Charlotte? It just looks like Hermione.
Okay, they're just
Prince
trolling
William's-
us now.
So
That
it's
is-
Prince William, then all of Prince William's kids, and then if all of them die, then Prince Harry gets it. But if Harry dies, then his kids are up.
So if you ever starred in a Harry Potter film, then you get automatic third place.
Yeah, you're in there. You're in there somewhere.
This is my favorite tribute to the Queen.
I saw this
just
a
the
lot.
photo of her at her vacation home. in the
One of
same exact position.
500 vacation homes.
Yeah, which I'm sure she has no memory of this photo at all, but the same exact pose, the same exact position. There's a photo of the late, not so great Jeffrey Epstein and his main squeeze,
Jizzy
Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell.
Jizzy Max.
Jizzy Max.
Now they're all up in heaven together.
Mm.
Well, not just Lane yet. Not just yet.
Is she still a few blocks away from you, Rob, or did they move her?
I believe I'm not 100%, but I feel like a few months ago I saw that after the trial was over, she had since been relocated.
Go down
now
and
she's
toss
back
her,
at the cabin.
Go down and toss her cell. See what's going on.
I do. It's very surreal because this federal prison is the next block over.
Well, it's not a prison; it's a detention center.
Detention.
Wait,
You're right.
Wait trial is what.
Yeah.
You're right. Yes. But one block over is what they've rebranded as Industry City, and there's
you get delicious
I go there,
barbecue.
you get barbecue. There's a Japantown. There's this mini mall of Japanese
It's such
food
a
that's so
tease
good
for these poor
and
prisoners.
it's 1 block away from the fucking.
Well, they can't see them. They have windows.
They
No,
know they
it-
could
it-
smell the barbecue smoke
I
wafting
don't know,
into
it
their
Smell the
throat.
bibimbap coming through the bars.
For me, it's just the dichotomy that's so weird. We just go with it. I don't know. It feels very weird.
Are you becoming a NIMBY? Is that what's happening here, Rob?
When it comes to federal prisons, yes, not in my backyard, please. When it comes to any sort of detention center,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
Gotta go
But
somewhere.
as far as Japantown, I am very much a YIMBY. Yes, in my backyard. All the bibimbap.
That's Korean.
And all the pho, any
That's
Asian
Vietnamese.
sort of any Asian cuisine.
Say something
involving
Japanese
noodles.
just so we know that you know what
Sushi,
Japanese food is.
Sashimi,
All right, there you go.
yakitori, and katsu.
Are you saying it like an Italian person? I don't know what you're doing.
And a hibachi.
All right. Shifty Shortcake with another good one. Yes, in my backyard is the name of Rob's sex tape.
Nice. You got it. Whew. All right. Well, the Queen is. It's wild to me. Also, how Britain is in disarray. Like they have to change their official song now to "God Save the King."
The
And they have
anthem.
to change the anthem, and their money
Really?
is changing.
Yeah, it's got Save the King now.
Isn't it just a song? Like, isn't the song just stay?
No,
apparently
Darren,
they
this is
change it
serious
whenever-
business.
Whenever there's a new gender for the new royal, they have to make this switch. This fucking.
Sure.
Did you hear the speech that he gave?
No.
We got to play it because his accent, like, I know I've said that I'm not a fan of like the Brazilian / Portuguese or the Israeli, but his
That's a drop.
specific accent, but his specific accent, I think I think we can all agree is the worst. It just sounds like the purest distillation of privilege and like white glove never having lifted a finger for, and it's just, you've got to play this clip, Rob.
I have it.
It makes I told my boss when I listened to it, I'm like, it makes me want to go and build a guillotine.
It sounds like a parody, like Mike Myers doing a character.
It seriously does. It's absurd. This is all 9 minutes long, but you could like
jump around.
Yeah. Oh,
speak to you today with feelings
Why
of.
is it not playing? That's weird. Hold on one moment.
He's been waiting to make this speech for like 50 years.
Oh my God. Yeah, he's definitely had that written.
Yeah.
He had that speech holstered for.
I
mean, she fucking lived to 96. He's already 73.
He was already 50, like waiting for her to walk by
Yes.
an open window and fall
He's going to
out.
get like a month and a half of being king, and then he's going to croak from all the fucking pressure that this puts on him.
Right. He hasn't had a job for one day in his life.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden he's got to do all this shit. He can't just hang out and fuck Camilla.
Camilla, darling, has mother had a cough recently? No? Darn it.
I speak to you today
Oh
with
my God.
feelings of profound sorrow.
Sorrow.
Yeah, right.
Throughout her life, Her Majesty the Queen, my beloved mother,
He had to look at his
was
notes
an
to say beloved.
inspiration.
You know, I just keep. I've been thinking about this voice and like this. And, you know, like we don't know what this guy is like, but I just imagine the worst kind of aristocrat, and I'm just imagining him saying the most, like he's the one saying the most racist shit to his son about his son's new wife. You know, like
keep that camera on him after they cut and wait to see what he says about his mother.
An
That's
example
what I
to
want to
me
see.
and to
Dances
all
a
my
jig.
family.
40 years I've been waiting.
In which my mother, as queen, served the people.
I thought he was going to say queen
of so
there.
many nations. In 1947, on her 20th.
If his eyes were any closer together, they'd switch sides. This inbred fucking troll.
His eyes are closer than Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish are to little children.
Oh man.
For 40 years, I waited for that blithering inbred cunt to fall out of her window. Finally, she's gone.
You have to exhale more with each word there.
Finally. I've ascended to the throne.
21st birthday. She pledged in a broadcast from Cape Town to the Commonwealth to devote her life, whether it be short or long, to the service of her people.
Shut up.
I'm finally king, and I'm too old to use it to get any poontang.
And I share that sense of loss beyond measure with you all. When the Queen came to the throne,
Whoa.
Britain and the world were still coping.
She was quite a
with the
squirter, that old
privations
bag.
aftermath of the Second World War, and still living by the conventions of earlier times.
I feel like
And,
this is like
and
a,
for all
course,
96
the
years,
last
she lived by the conventions of earlier times. She never stopped.
this is like a BBC documentary about Hitler's secret cave or
Oh my
something, where
God.
they narrate everything calmly, like this horrible, horrible story.
70 years, and to hold in the greatest respect the precious traditions, freedoms, and responsibilities of our unique history and our system of parliamentary government.
He could narrate two people making a scat porn
As
video
the
on a
Queen
Ukraine
herself
battlefield
did
and
with
make it
such
boring.
unswerving devotion, I
probably
too
has that
now
tape.
solemnly pledge myself
He gets access to
throughout
this
the
Illuminati.
remaining time God grants me to uphold the constitutional principles at the heart of our nation.
What does that mean? What does the king do? Like, seriously, I may not know. They may have some function that I'm not aware of.
Show up at things and not be embarrassing.
They're the original Kim Kardashian, right? They're just social influencers. Like
yeah.
what the hell? They just show up to African nations.
Imagine if he was like, he had the social influence of Kim Kardashian, and all of a sudden young British boys were getting surgeries to elongate their ears and shit. Let's do that. Let's get that going.
On behalf of the whole of England, I dedicate this Nigeria Best Buy to the people of Nigeria. And they cut the ribbon. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
He's Mayor Quimby.
I count on the loving help of my darling wife, Camilla,
Oh, I thought I was talking.
in recognition of her own loyal public service since our marriage 17 years ago. She becomes my Queen Consort. I know.
Rob, did you
she
ever
will
go to a
bring-
Queen concert?
No, I've never been.
No.
I've been to a concert where a lot of Queens performed, but I've never.
Oh, hello.
to the demands of her
17
new role.
years ago, I met my darling wife, Camilla. And this week, we will finally have sexual relations.
Oh, no.
As I promised her on that day,
If
17 years ago.
Well, there was this amazing tweet that I saw on the night that the Queen passed, which was Camilla's going to walk into Charles' room tonight like, "Hello, King," and milk his prostate until he almost dies too.
Well, she wants to be the monarch, reigning monarch.
Which,
Sole
you know,
reigning
I can believe that. The king is into pegging. Why not? The king's into prostate examination.
He's into pegging, but he pegs his wife. That's his. He can't.
He has someone do it. It's undignified. If you do
Yeah.
it.
It's beneath me.
Well, did you see there was like a video of him sitting at the table, like trying to sit at a table, and there was something on the table, and rather than move it himself, he was commanding somebody to move it.
Of course.
I gotta find this. It's so silly.
One of my favorite tweets was this is a little bit niche, but it was that that Tony Khan is going to start a tournament to appoint an interim King of England. Did you see that one?
I saw one where like, wait, so that's it? He just that's it? He just gets crowned the,
There's
the
no like
king?
battle.
No number one contenders match? No contract signing? That was the one I saw.
Well, he pinned the Queen in a non-title match about 2 years ago. So that's how you move to the front of the line.
I wonder who Netflix is going to cast to play the Queen's corpse on the 8th season of The Crown. Can't wait to find out. It's gonna
Just get a doorstop and put it in a tablecloth. It'll be the same thing.
Here's the video I was talking about. Here he is getting to look. He's like, "Here, move this out of the way. Move this out of the way." And it's like a paperweight, and he can't even be bothered to like look at how tiny that thing is. It's like the size of a pen, maybe.
It's like, what is that? Like an inkwell?
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, that's what it looks
Fantastic.
like.
God forbid he
then-
might get ink on his fingers and look like a working man. Can't have that.
It's got an image to uphold.
And then this is later on in that same thing. He's like, "I said, get this out of here."
Oh my God.
That's his angry face. Look at that.
Wow.
I can't tell if he's like this is like a hammy anger or this is really his anger.
Looks like he pulled a hammy.
Yeah. And actually, somebody posted in the Discord like a shot of his fingers.
Oh my God, that was fucking terrifying.
How many? How many?
Like it's for
over under
like
3.5.
It's for moments like this we need Noah back on the show because it's like,
oh no,
like
Rob, text this to her right now. See if maybe she'll respond while we're still on air.
Like, you know what these look like? These look like baby carrots.
Yes,
you know, like,
this looks like the costume design on the Jiminy Glick show.
Oh my God.
Oh, brutal.
How did he live to 73 with that poor circulation?
Like, look at that. Look at how the ring,
the pose, the whole look is sort of like if Pitbull drowned and then they found his body 3 weeks later and it was all bloated from the water.
Oh,
but he's got that sort of like cool Mr. Miami guy vibe with the pinky ring and all of that. It's a very sexy pose. He's a very sexy face he's making.
Also, the thing to me is like, you know, King Charles now is not only is he racist, he's fucking unbearably homophobic. And to me, like, he is
every negative gay stereotype.
Yeah, like he's the complete inverse of masculinity, you know, and meanwhile he's like calling others sissies, you know, or whatever.
All right.
Not that like this man is one to judge another man's masculinity. I think not.
Oscar Mayer saws each right there.
Oh, Shifty brings up a good thing that I actually remember from when I was a kid. There were like leaked love letters that Charles wrote to Camilla back when he was still with Princess Diana, where he said he wished he was her tampons. I remember this because Saturday Night Live, like Weekend Update, did a whole bit about it when the news was just breaking, like whatever, the early 90s. And I was like 12 years old watching this, like, what? But yeah, that was so he gets a little nasty in his own way.
That's such a weird thing, though. Like
he wants to be up in there all the time. But
then he'd only be up in there once a month.
Yeah. And not at the most convenient time for anyone.
Yes, exactly. It's the only time you don't want to be up in there.
Yeah. But maybe hers is like red wine. Maybe because she's such high fiber and such high lineage.
Yeah, that must be it.
Did you show that tweet that Shorty Shifty Shortcake sent us about Camilla, Rob?
Oh, I did not show it. Let me see if
I sent it to you at our G chat. That's also a good one because it's about Camilla.
And Deuterino made a good point. His fingers look like tampons.
They really do. Oh my God. Used ones at that, because they're all swollen and red. maybe he finally got his wish once they got married and he can make it legal.
Rob, I want those fingers.
Oh wait, that's not. Sorry.
Close-up shot of those fingers in the Livecast banner now, like next week.
It's just going to be the whole banner.
Yes, sure, okay. I meant put them in, but
just like 5 of them.
I'm for it.
Could you somehow Photoshop those fingers so like they're Dave Mustaine's hair? Because they're the same color. No. They're Deuterino. Maybe you could do this. These red swollen fingers replace all of Dave Mustaine's flowing locks.
That's the final form of being a ginger.
People think that the devil's fingers are red and swollen.
They aren't. That's my hair.
They're really beautiful.
They're beautiful.
Has Mustaine posted anything about the Queen?
Yeah.
He doesn't do social media anymore, right, Rob?
He did.
Yeah, I don't believe. Oh,
he did post one thing.
And you see people they think that he's like red. He's got a goatee and a ponytail and stuff like that. He doesn't. He's very beautiful.
A lot of people think his sausage fingers are red. They're actually fuchsia.
Oh my God.
No man.
Hello, King Charles. Meet the real King Charles.
He's a
total fucking Duke Law.
He is the Duke of Law.
The Duke of Earl of Duke Law.
Oh,
he's the Viscount of very fat fingers.
So there's a 10-day mourning period now. So we have like another week, full week.
We can forget about this shithead.
Then we can move on. But we're not. Until then, we have to be somber and think about who we've lost. Ugh. Gross.
Oh, so here's what was actually said.
With the tampon thing?
Yeah. Charles. Oh, God, I'll just live inside your trousers or something. It would be much easier. Camilla. Where are you? What are you going to turn into? A pair of knickers? Oh, you're going to come back as a pair of knickers? Or, God forbid, a Tampax. Just my luck.
Oh, so he was saying it negatively.
Yeah. Well, I guess
that's
saying
not as romantic.
He wants to live inside her
pants. Her trousers. Sounds sexy.
The trousers. The trousers.
All the while, he's got Princess Diana just begging for attention.
Blows me away. Like, I don't get it.
The heart wants what the heart wants, Rob.
Ultimately, men just want to date their mother.
Ugh.
Or in the case of Queen Elizabeth, their cousin.
Yeah.
Does anything make sense about that family?
No.
That we can parse out here. I saw a couple of good Queen Elizabeth jokes.
Let's hear them.
Did you hear that Queen Elizabeth? I'm sorry. Did you hear that Princess Diana outlived Queen Elizabeth? She made it to 120 before she died.
Well, that's more of a Princess Diana joke than a Queen Elizabeth.
How did you know that Liz Truss was a master at chess? She opened with a queen sacrifice.
She must be thrilled with all this. Nobody's going to be paying attention to anything she's going to do in the next month or two.
Well, she has 10 days from what Rob said.
Well,
then they all start talking about what a shithead she is.
What a world.
R.I. in hell. R.I. hell, the queen. That's
yes. Well, let's look at the bright side. The world is not really greatly improved by her dying, but one small corner of it is better.
It gives us a little chuckle, at least.
Yes. We can find. So it's not going to monumentally change the world, but we're better off that she's dead.
Yeah. And then, in 5 years or whatever, when Charles dies, we could do this all over again.
5 years. He's got those genes. They'll probably last 150.
Yeah, I guess 99 his dad lived until, and 96 his mom. Yeah.
It is wild how much in that video we just watched. I never really put it together how much he looked like both of his parents combined, like a face mash. Until I just saw how he looks now.
But literally, features of two people that only have bad features.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone in that bloodline looks exactly identical. I mean, that's like.
Well, I think that's what's so interesting about his kids. I think they're like, I would say, attractive young men, and it's clearly not out of his genes. It's clearly from Princess Di's genes. It's they had to literally go out of the bloodline.
She spiced up the whole
attractive children. Yeah.
See, he reminds me of Trump in a sense because, like, literally every visual cue from his physiological makeup that we can see indicates he should have been dead 20 years ago, and yet he just plows right on.
Yeah.
Look at this is ridiculous.
McDonald's
kiosk.
For
our audio, so for all of our audio listeners, it's a McDonald's kiosk in the UK, I assume. Where the whole screen is a photo of the Queen with the McDonald's logo, and it says again, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, 1926 to 2022.
Can you get a quarter pounder with Elizabeth meat? Is that like are they running a promotion?
As the comedic caption says, out of respect, McDonald's has renamed the Happy Meal the Somber Dignity Meal. However, the planned Queen Elizabeth II memorial toy has been recalled after it was revealed its head was detachable.
Oh.
Well, comedy there. Here's another little bit of the new king speaking, where he just literally sounds like a parody.
I am deeply aware of this great inheritance and of the duties and heavy
The duties. What is this about Jews?
That's about duty.
responsibilities of sovereignty, which have now passed to me. In taking up these responsibilities, I shall strive to follow the inspiring example I have been set in upholding constitutional government.
Shut up. You know, I was just thinking about how silly it is that, there's Prince William over there and he like his whole life he has this pressure like, hey, you're gonna be fucking king one day, buddy. You're the heir to the throne. And then like I wonder maybe this is why Harry went off and left, because at one point, you have to realize like, oh, all of this is bullshit. Like this doesn't mean anything. It's just a pressure not to look like an idiot. That's it.
Well, and it's also endless money and comfort.
Sure. Yeah, well, he got that already.
Yeah,
that's not going anywhere. That's a good point because, like, if he left at 16, it might have said something if he didn't take his inheritance and all that stuff. Right. He waited until he reaped all the rewards of it, and then he bounced.
Yeah. Well, he was good with it until they were mean to his wife.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that's really what did it. Was that he was like, oh wait, they're assholes to me too, not just the people, not just everyone else.
So while I'm thinking about this, I want to recommend a movie that we should watch on the Patreon, which is the Lifetime movie that they made out of the Harry and Meghan love affair. Which it's not what you're thinking. It's bizarre. It's got a lion. It's got lots of very crazy things in it, and it's worth watching.
But it's like serious, or is it a comedy like that Will Ferrell Lifetime?
No,
movie?
it's serious, but it's so horrible that it's funny.
Damn.
And it's like they tried to put in fantastical elements to it, and it just bombs. I don't know. Can I spoil it? Something in it for you?
Sure.
They have a scene where he goes, and I think he wrote about this in a book or something, that he went to Africa to hunt lions, and a lion reincarnated Diana as a lion, spoke to him, and gave him advice on how to go forward with his life. So there is a scene about that.
Oh my God.
Where he confronts a lion, and it's really his mother.
So wait, how do they portray that? Is it a lion that's talking? Is it a lion and you just hear voiceover?
Neither. It's just a lion sitting there staring at him, and he somehow divines that this is his mother. And then he goes back and he sees the lion again. He finds the same lion, and it's still Diana. So I guess she has
more advice. He has more questions. He has follow-ups.
There's no back and forth. Like you just know that he has contacted his mother. There's no, like, the lion doesn't talk to him. It doesn't become a Pixar movie or anything. It's just, I'm giving too much away. You got to see this.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to watch it.
All right.
Like. Well, speaking of ridiculous movies, I've been wanting to talk about this trailer. I do not want to watch this movie, but I want to talk about the trailer of this new movie from the Daily Wire about Hunter Biden. I don't know if you guys
I did not
heard of it.
Yes,
I saw this in our show notes, and I have no idea what it is.
Okay, so it's directed by Robert Davi.
Oh God! Seriously?
Yes.
The guy from Tango and Cash?
Robert Pasadavi, or whatever his name is.
That guy is fucked up looking. Find a picture of that guy. He's got like the biggest head.
He used to be on soap operas too. That guy.
Did he really?
He was in the Goonies.
Very bad acne scars, I think.
He's all sorts of fucked up. That's who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of a different guy.
Who are you thinking of? Who's in the Goonies?
The guy I'm thinking of was in Tango and Cash. It's not this guy.
Well, look him up for yourself.
God damn it,
buddy. So anyway, here. So they made a movie about Hunter Biden, my son Hunter.
Wait, so is this? Well, I guess we'll find out. I wanted to ask a pre-question. Is this like favorable to Hunter Biden, or?
I don't think so.
What do you think? A conservative movie about Hunter Biden?
Oh, I was thinking about Robert Zadar.
I don't know who that is.
I'll say
probably by face. I don't know because I've seen both of those two movies you mentioned.
Here's an IMDb link, Rob. I put it in our private chat. You can
All right, let's
share that.
So I'll tell you what's going down.
Oh, I know.
You know who I am.
They told me you were VIP. Well connected to the government.
What kind of a moron forgets
Looks
to pick up his
nothing like
laptop at the repair shop? You're a Biden. Act like one. Everything he built.
So that's supposed to be Joe Biden
Yeah.
Yeah.
going up to him. What kind of idiot forgets his laptop at a repair shop?
Way too coherent.
This just really seems like next season on Succession. Like this is nothing. I've seen this show already.
Built life.
That's
I just
Kendall.
owned it all. I want to know everything that's on that laptop.
That's
that can
Logan.
ruin my erection. My friends, it's time to party!
Hold on.
And
did
yeah,
you
the guy
catch
in this
that?
movie is like a known British actor that's like in respected shows and shit.
He said that could ruin my erection, not election.
Oh,
Let's go
boy.
back.
I want to know everything that's on that laptop that can ruin my erection. My friends, it's time to party!
I get it. He's still way too coherent to be Joe Biden.
There's lots of women in underwear.
Also, I'm just
Cocaine.
like, why do conservatives consistently make Hunter Biden out to look like the coolest motherfucker in
party
the
boy.
world? Yeah, I want to hang out with
I'm
him.
an artist.
Tell me how I can help you.
I don't deserve help. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I've been through worse.
Smartest man I know. Thanks, Dad. I just wish I could speak some sense into you. I'll never forget Corn Pop. He was a bad dude. No joke.
That was Joe Biden talking about court. Like, you can't just have the Joe Biden parody just say real things that are funnier than parody.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's weird that he's talking about corn pop in this movie.
I mean, they have like a very short list of like
Yeah.
bullet points to hit, so they got to work them all in.
He was a bad
They know the
dude.
audience.
No joke. Dad, we're talking about suffering.
I can't seem to find anything but
You know what
positive
doesn't
stuff
work
on
for
the
me about
Bidens.
that is like the guy who's playing Joe Biden here is just, like I said, way too coherent, and then he just says one thing that's like a malapropism.
Yeah.
But he's got to be way more out of touch with the reality. He's got to be like looking under the couch for coins or something.
But
while he's talking to Hunter Biden.
maybe he's got a very different off-camera persona, and maybe this is the real Joe Biden pulling all the strings, getting shit done.
But then he
ruining
forgets
the
the
country.
word election. I mean, it's like,
Yeah, that
pick one. Make him like that would be funny too. What you said, if he's actually a mastermind, like running 47 different things at once. Oh, hold on, time to go on the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta go do the thing, and you know the thing. All right, camera's off. All right, you go down to Venezuela. Okay, you do this.
That's
That would be-
exactly
like that-
this old SNL sketch about
I was just
Ronald
gonna
Reagan.
say,
if
yeah.
you remember. That's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what it was. So, like,
Now-
just do that.
I'm on board with that, or be realistic and make him look like his brain is melting. But one or
Yeah.
the other, like they're
Yeah.
kind of doing 90% of one, and then I don't know a word. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
It's
not
like people have to remember that that's Joe Biden on there. So they have to say something weird. Okay, back to
because it
like,
sure doesn't look like anything,
Yeah,
anything like him. That's for sure.
So this is the sex worker with the heart of gold, apparently.
Oh.
Like that she's the one that finds that feel like has to report the laptop thing.
Who's the point pen for the foreign policy in the Obama regime? Joe Biden. So it looks like he need $1 billion.
So the obvious next question is,
Where's Hunter? I can remember getting paid some money. but I
is
can't
this
remember
just
what
like
for.
welfare
Well,
for
my dad
canceled
says
actors?
We never
Basically,
Yes.
like, well, we've all lost work because of our shitty political takes. So let's just all get together and employ ourselves
Guess
so
my
we can
business
still make
is
some
here.
money. Because, like, wasn't she kicked off of like The Mandalorian or something
Yeah,
because of shitty stuff
exactly.
she said?
What'd she
Yeah.
say?
I don't even remember what it was about.
I think maybe it was about the vax or the it was about Joe Biden. I don't
It
know.
was probably a bunch of stuff, but either way.
period. Or my cunt.
what's happening in there?
Did he just say my cunt?
I think so.
I think he said my cut.
Or my
cut.
Well, my dad
Oh.
says we never discuss my businesses, period. Or my cunt.
What's
Sounds
happening
like
in there?
cunt.
He said
No.
cut.
No,
Joe's in on it.
100%.
he said cut. Definitely cut.
Oh, okay.
C-U-T.
Put those captions on, Rob.
You had everything, Hunter, and you threw it all away. You hope the laptop will take down everybody with you.
Oh, stop.
They're not bad folks. I love my dad, and I just want to make him proud. I am the one who brings in all the deals. I am the one. The boy.
So they so desperately want Hunter Biden to be a thing. Oh my God.
Yeah, I
Absolutely
saw
hilarious.
I saw a review of this that was essentially like, oh, the whole point of the movie is to be like, see, the media refused to report on the story, and if they did, Trump would have won the election. And the whole, you want to watch this with your like liberal kids so that they could be like, wow, Dad, I was wrong. Like, you're right. Like, the liberal media is bad. Like, that's kind of like what the movie tries to attain.
Oh my
I don't
God.
think this movie is directed at 8-year-olds. Like, it's kind of R-rated.
But
No,
who
not
else would watch
8-year-old.
this?
I'm saying a 50-year-old and their
Okay.
25-year-old child, like something like that.
I mean, I don't know
Or
if
their
Trump would have
14-year-old.
won the election. I mean, I think if they weren't such shitty filmmakers, they could get some kind of point across that it's probably bad for media
Well, so
outlets to
what was on
suppress a
this
story.
laptop? Other than
Like evidence of
photos him-
shitty, like Joe Biden's shitty, corrupt deals with corporations and stuff like stuff every single shitty president does in both parties.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's what I'm
him
saying.
giving Hunter Biden jobs, like on the energy board of that Ukraine company when he doesn't have anything to do with the energy and doesn't know anything.
Right.
about
No one
anything.
else is.
I don't
No one
know. In
else has
that
ever.
trailer, he seemed pretty energetic.
It's from all the cocaine.
Yeah.
Well, he suggested converting Ukraine's power all to crack, and then it was a good idea. They ran with it, and then they just got trailed off somehow. No, but I think
he can make right on everything if he just joined the Ukrainian army now. If he was like, I really care about this country. I'm going to fight for it now. Make himself a martyr.
That'll be the second son that Joe Biden got killed in a war. There you go.
Oh my God.
Boom.
Yeah.
Is that a closure?
I get him reelected. That kind of sympathy story. It's like how back in the day, the Yankees, every year they won the World Series, like somebody died. Or there was Joe Torre's sister, or Darryl Strawberry had cancer. There was always like some kind of sob story motivation for them to win the World Series. If Hunter dies, that could be the 2024 motivation.
Imagine it came out George Steinbrenner was following around people with plutonium in a suitcase.
I would fully believe that 100%.
Hey, George, why are you wearing that radiation suit? Never mind. Back to work.
That'd be a great deleted Seinfeld episode. Where, like, George Costanza has to get Steinbrenner the plutonium.
Plutonium? Well, I'm supposed to get plutonium, Jerry.
And then Kramer just gives him like a briefcase with like cucumbers in it or something.
Oh, and then they get cancer like psychosomatically, and it's not even like really.
I'd say George's hair starts falling out, but that ship sailed.
Mr. Peterman has a plutonium page in his catalog. That's
Then it's a Peterman briefcase.
Yeah. No, they have a warehouse of stuff that they didn't sell, and it's just sitting there. And Elaine finds it, and she brings some plutonium over.
They can rewrite it so that's what killed Susan. Oh, speaking of Seinfeld, here we go.
Yeah, you guys mentioned Seinfeld. I'm reminded of this photo shoot that launched this week that I swear when I initially saw these photos, I thought this was Photoshop.
I thought for sure the Met hat was Photoshopped in because it doesn't look like it looks like it's Photoshopped.
I gotta say, whenever I see KITH, I think of Kids in the Hall.
Me too.
It's so
what
weird
does it actually stand for?
I don't think it's an acronym. I think it's the name of that company. Yeah.
So, like, for me, when I see Kith, I see Mike Tyson trying to pronounce Kiss.
Oh.
Don't lisp shame, Rob.
Yeah,
I'm not. Look, I just can't help where my mind goes.
I agree with you, honestly. That is a good. That is hard.
But I can't, my initial thought was, Larry David would never do something like this. But then I was like, wait a minute, Larry David was in that fucking dumb crypto ad. He'll do just as stupid things. You can't judge.
Is this stupid? Jerry Seinfeld is 68 years old. He looks better than any of us. Look at him. He looks like he hasn't aged a day.
I mean,
but
he looks
what is he wearing? Yeah, I don't know. This is the one with the what was this? What is this
the
called?
little
like
floral jacket.
Yeah, it's just
the face he's making this picture. He's like, I know this is ridiculous, but
he's every face he's making. He like in this one, he just smelled a fart. In this one, he's smelling his own fart, and he's very proud of it.
This is the last picture. They're like, all right, Jerry, you could go home now. And they snapped that one. That was the smile.
Sid, I agree.
This is the most awkward one. This
why is there a ladder?
Just what is the space
top
that he's
shelf?
making?
Those copies of sign language that he has all the way up top.
Sid, I agree with you on, I would say 99.9.7% of things. I have to disagree with you here. I don't think he looks good. Not just take us out of the equation. I don't think he looks good. I think
here he's in blackface. What the hell is this?
What is that?
How dare he?
It's different.
That's someone else.
The joke is the lookbook me. That's the caption. It's like how it looks. This is just a model, and so it's like saying how it looks in the fashion magazine. This is like how it looks in the fashion.
It's Mario Joyner,
and how it looks when I wear it, which I think is a very accurate joke.
It is, but I think he looks old and tired. I think he looks miserable. His face is lined. I think when the shots with that one with his hair off, he looks like Jerry Stiller.
He looks like he's about to hit the local high school.
But there's no way you would think this is a guy that's 68 years old.
Maybe not, but
I'd give him early 50s tops.
I think he's doing a lot of work. Maybe it's not. It's
not. First of all,
it's not plastic surgery, but it might be like a lot of tanner, a lot of hair plugs, a lot of stuff.
I would say he's definitely like plugs, dyeing his hair for sure.
Yeah, the hair, yeah. But even most of these, he's wearing a hat, so that's not even part of.
Well, where was that one? Here, this one.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely coloring in his hair. Like he does it tastefully where it's not like that just for men sheen where it looks just like Sharpie. He leaves a little gray in.
He should definitely not show the teeth when he smiles though, because it's giving me Alfred E. Newman vibes.
Like he obviously doesn't do Botox since he has the crow's feet, but I do feel like maybe something with his cheeks he's doing. He's probably doing some subtle plastic surgery work, because you're right. How could he be almost 70 and look like this?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'm sorry guys, I don't think he looks that great. I think he might look a little younger than his age, but he doesn't look like super young that I can't believe he's 68 or whatever the fuck he is.
He looks younger now than Michael Richards did then, I will say.
I'm sorry. Like I said, Sid, I feel like we're in sync on almost all these topics that we talk about.
This is where we diverge.
We're just diverging so far here. I think he looks like shit. I'm sorry.
Also, to me, it's kind of crazy that like the show as it happened, like all of those, like them during the era of the show is younger than we are now. That's kind of wild to me.
Yeah,
and he looked older than his age then.
And they're supposed to be like when the show starts, they're in their late 20s, right? Like
you mean in real life or in the show?
In the show. Or like early 30s, probably.
Yeah, Kramer probably a little bit older. I mean, Michael Richards was substantially older than the rest of them then, right?
So what is he, like 77?
Michael Richards is 5 years older than
73. Wow, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Boy, oh boy. What does he look like now? He doing any Kith shoots?
He's doing shoot interviews.
He walked into the shoot and slammed his head on the
Or security slammed his head into the door. Like, no, not allowed.
No racists in here.
Looks all right.
Would you smash? Would you smash Michael Richards now, Rob?
Would you smash him back then? Kramer era?
No, not my type. Oh, look at him.
Oh, Rob.
Let's see. Share with the group.
Peaked.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was sharing the screen. I'm showing Jason Alexander.
Yeah, that's Jason Alexander.
Of the three men in the show, he looks the best now, I would say. Or like least deviated from what he used to be.
I don't know.
I think Michael Richards looks fine for 75.
Sure. He's not dead. That's already good.
Yeah.
I just can't look at him without thinking of that stand-up thing.
Yeah.
Sorry. I know it's not. Maybe it's not even fair. Maybe it's really true. He's not a racist, but I just can't help it. I'm sorry. You do that once, it's a stain on your life.
Yeah.
It
On a
makes you wonder.
stage in front of people.
It makes you wonder what's really in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. At the very least, he's a bad stand-up comedian.
That's
the kindest thing we could say about that incident.
Yeah.
I don't think he was ever funny. I think they that Seinfeld gave him, just like Jerry Seinfeld gave him material to work with.
Yeah.
He's an actor. Yeah. His original material.
Yeah.
Not
I think he just in his mind, he was like, well, how are you supposed to respond to a heckler? You say the meanest thing about that person you could possibly think of. And it just so happened that the person was black. And it just so happened that he said the literal meanest thing you could say. And it's like, oh.
You think he wakes up
that word, Michael,
every single day and wishes that the person was in a racial group that's still acceptable to make fun of?
If only it was an Irishman. God damn it! Why couldn't it have been an Irishman?
If only it was Queen Elizabeth.
If only Queen Elizabeth came to my set at the laugh box or whatever the fuck he was at.
The way I look at it, Rob will get this. Like on RuPaul's Drag Race, every season they do a roast episode where the queens have to like roast the judges and the other queens. And some of them are very good at it, but some of them just don't understand what comedy is. And they think roasting is just saying, hey, you're really fat and ugly. And that's the whole joke. They just say the true mean thing about you without like a setup or a punchline. And I think that's sort of what Michael Richards, how he handled that situation was like a unfunny queen on Drag Race.
He's a drag. We know that.
Before we move on, I found the
entire
photo gallery.
He's in sweats.
In case you didn't have enough Jerry Seinfeld pretending to be 20.
This one is so fucking hilarious. Shoes on the couch? He would never.
That's not his house, clearly.
By the way, Dusty says he means Michael Richards. I liked him in Fridays. Yeah. Rob, you ever see that show? I know Sid did.
No,
I've never seen it. Where can you get access to that? I don't know.
I watched it. I watched it at the time it was on.
Actually. Or no, it's not it was an ABC show, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But that show was so fucking bad. That was just so bad.
Yeah,
they were trying to be SNL, but like it was in the years when SNL they had just ended like having the John Belushi cast, and they were into the secondary shitty cast of the next era,
non-Lorne Michaels era.
And so Fridays was trying to fill that niche by being edgy. And it's just all it is sketches just trying so hard to be edgy. And it's not funny at all. Larry David was on that show too.
Yeah.
He's funny in it. Like there's certain things that are kind of chuckle, haha, but it's a lot of dead moments. There's a lot of times you watch that and the studio audience is like, you can just hear murmuring, like, what the fuck am I watching?
Well, apparently a lot of Larry David's stand-up back in that era was like that as well, where it was very confrontational and uncomfortable, and he didn't really care about getting laughs.
Can't say I've heard him say that he didn't care about getting laughs. And at times he would just walk off because he didn't feel like finishing and stuff.
The best story I heard was one time he walked up on stage, looked at the audience, sized them up. He's like, no. And he just left. He's like, not for you people.
That reminds me of that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it.
Did I ever tell that Red Fox story? That's kind of similar to that. He had a Vegas stage show or something, and one day he walked out, and the announcer comes out. He has some kind of announcer. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the star of television screen and star silver screen, the great Red Fox. And they play the Sanford and Son thing. He walks out. He looks. There's like 4 people there, and he goes, screw it, and he walks off, and they play dun, 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 dun. They play him out with the music.
That's worth the money, man. That's a story you're going to tell for the rest of your life. That's worth it.
Screw it. One of my heroes of comedy.
This picture is
casual Queens College of the City of New York, a nice, what I'm assuming $700 crew neck sweater.
Does it look? Is he have a bit of a gut, or is that a boner, Rob? What do you think?
Fupa. I'm going Fupa.
Right there. You see, a little higher.
No boner.
A little higher. There.
And I see. Yeah. I see it. Yeah.
What is that? Right, what do we have there?
Expert opinion.
No, lower. lower, back,
think
and
it's some
down,
more.
back into the south.
Once you got to that, highlighting that point, Sid, I changed my mind. I think that might be a little boner.
Yeah, right? It looks like he's got a little bit of a chub.
Yeah,
No, I
for
don't see
sure.
it.
Look,
Uh-huh.
can I draw on this somehow? Like I feel like I can. No, to the right of the picture, like right there, going up and to the right. Yeah,
Yeah.
now you're like.
Oh,
right,
I see.
You're
Yeah.
just
I
on the
see.
head there.
There's a little bulge
I
there.
see. Okay.
No,
Could be a
Ashkenani
pistol,
Pini,
right? A little
chub.
handgun of some sort.
It could be the fold of those
Yeah.
sweatpants too, but let's be positive. Queen's college shirt, and then the Queen died like 2 days later.
Ah, nice. I didn't even think of the
These-
connection. Great.
Seinfeld curse. Now there was some tweets about this too that were very funny. That he's dressed like he's gonna go hang out in front of a high school and
Yeah.
pick up chicks or whatever.
He's dressed like the A&R guy telling you that he doesn't like the mix on your new
Yeah, he doesn't hear
album.
the single.
Yeah, he doesn't hear the single. Yeah, that was it.
Very strange.
Very, very weird.
Is this like to promote a new season of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee or something?
I don't
Like,
That shit's still on.
Does he even do
I don't
that?
know.
Yeah.
What else is he doing if not that?
I don't know where I saw this, but I saw like 1 second of that show the other day, like a YouTube clip or something. And he was just like insulting the person. I can't remember what it was. Like the person was trying to make a joke, and he was just like, I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, that's not funny. I was like, "What? This guy's on your
Yeah.
show." Like,
He's very smug. There's one. It's him. I've only watched a handful of them. Like I've only seen the ones
Yeah.
where the guests are people I care about. It's never about watching Seinfeld be rich. There's one with Bridget Everett where he spends a good 2 or 3 minutes viciously shit talking a specific comedian, but the name is muted out. But I Googled and you could find out who he's talking about, and it's Bobcat Goldthwait, who he apparently hates.
Why?
Because I guess Bobcat like criticized him at some point back in the day. And so now he's just got a vendetta against Bobcat because Bridget Everett says something nice about Bobcat, and then Seinfeld just goes on a tirade about this dude.
I gotta look that up.
But it's muted, but you'll watch it and you'll know that he's talking about Bobcat.
But Bobcat died like 30 years ago. Why is he still mad? This guy's
Did he?
like, so I don't. I mean,
His
I don't know
career
the number. Didn't he
No,
die?
No, he's alive.
No, he's a director now.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
he's still alive.
Bobcat. Maybe
Yeah,
I
he's
confused
60
him
years.
with-
He's 8 years younger than Seinfeld, but he looks about 20 years older.
Maybe I
but
thought
he's
of
still
Sam
with us.
Kinison. I got my wires crossed. Similar kind of shouty comedian.
Mm-hmm.
He's really funny though.
Yeah. But he was always, a little bit more anti-establishment and probably criticized Seinfeld for doing credit card commercials, or maybe said something about him dating teenagers. Who knows? But Bobcat dated some much younger women as well, so maybe it
that
wasn't
right?
that. He was
see-
with that. Remember that? What was that show? Unhappily Ever After?
Yes.
And the redheaded girl. Bobcat was like married to her for a minute, and he's way older than she is. I
Nikki
think so.
Cox.
Yeah, but she wasn't underage. She was
No,
like 25
no.
when she was on that. She's a grown woman at least. Maybe it's a little creepy by some people's standards. It's fine. That's fine to have that opinion. But Seinfeld literally statutory raped somebody.
Yeah, with parental permission, but still disgusting. He's
Right.
like the Ted Nugent of comedy.
Yeah.
So okay, Nikki Cox was with Bobcat starting when she was 19 years old. She was with him from 97 to 05.
I mean, I can see what the criticism is there. That's perfectly valid. But it's not, she's still a grown woman.
Yeah,
You know
so
what I
she
mean?
was 19 and he was 35.
It's not the same as Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Can we just say that? It's
Seinfeld
not
was
the same.
probably a couple years older and his girl was a couple years younger.
Yeah,
But
she was
I feel like probably close enough that Bobcat wouldn't make jokes about that because of a
Okay.
glass houses thing. But he criticized Seinfeld for something, and Seinfeld clearly never. Seinfeld clearly is someone who picks up on any criticism in the media about him and will not let that go.
Yeah, he seems like a very sensitive person, which is why I want to say that I think he's one of the most talented, wonderful comedians out there. And if he needs any help, I'm here for you, Jer. Jer Bear.
I'm not going to hear this.
Jer Bear.
Fuck you,
If
Jerry.
me or Dad run into him at a Mets game, we'll let him know you said that.
Jer Bear, I'm here.
Yeah, that's probably the most likely place we'd ever meet Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Although he's walled off in his suite somewhere.
Of course. But maybe we're both at Shake Shack or something.
My seats, when I had season tickets to the Mets, I don't anymore. But like since like COVID, I was like, I'm not gonna. But what my seats were just right in front of the SNY booth, like not maybe like one section over, and he's always in that booth. So if I don't think I was ever there when he's always in there once a year doing Mets games. So I was like, maybe I'll actually see. I'll be 10 feet away from Seinfeld and I could heckle him, but he was never there when I was there.
Do you have a heckle prepared for the moment if it ever arrives?
Well, they announced it a few days before. I'd probably write some notes, workshop it.
Say a player has more home runs than his girlfriend's age or something. I don't know. There's something there. 16 home runs, Jerry. Too old for you?
That number ring a bell?
Yeah. Look at Rob. Rob doesn't want to participate. Rob's got his career in mind.
Me and Jer Bear, we're going to be laughing all the way to the bank.
What is Rob doing? Comedians in banyas eating sunflower seeds?
Oh, my God. I would love that. I would love it. Well, there was a story this week that Children of Bodom, the surviving members, or some of the surviving members, they're opening up a bar/banya.
Damn.
I'm very excited. In
like
Finland. I would go.
Sweden, some shit.
In Finland or Sweden or whatever.
You can do an episode with Jerry Seinfeld and get Kenny Banya, and then he'll be Banya in the Banya.
Is that guy still alive?
Oh, by the way, I was on Brighton Beach today. That just reminded me, and I saw a visual that, like, I got like secondhand disgust because I imagined how you guys would react.
Oh no!
And that was, I just saw a woman walking down the street with a plastic canister of hollandaise that she just bought.
Walking and eating?
Not eating it. No. But hauling it home, but like no bag, nothing. Just not right. Like hauling, like I need to eat this. I need to eat this before it melts.
Before it becomes slightly more edible.
And
before it becomes soup.
Funny to me. That happened.
God forbid this salty Jello becomes a soup. Got to hurry up.
We wouldn't want that.
Yikes.
Awful.
So yeah, I went to see Rammstein this week. Speaking of Russians, and I couldn't believe how many Russian people there were that went to the show. I mean, I guess I could believe it. It made total sense. It's a band. It's a band for the Eastern Europeans for sure. Lots of Germans were there in line when I was in line for a drink.
You just could tell by the language they were speaking, or did they have flags with them? How did you tell all the
just by the language that they were speaking. And the Russian, it's just because I heard that, like, on my way back to my car at the end of the show, I heard multiple parties being like, "Ну, что ты думал? Ну, как?" And like, like, what'd you think? What'd you think? But in Russian, like, "Oh, class."
Did you try to get in on the conversation?
No. I love being a fly on the wall and hearing the natural conversation without me changing it up. I had tickets to the Pit. It was a wonderful moment, a very good investment. And my suggestion to you is wait till the day of the show, because the ticket prices absolutely tanked on StubHub. I could have paid way less for it. And plus it was raining, so more people, people were more likely not to go and desperate to sell their ticket. It was a buyer's market.
Are there really people that are like, I have tickets to Rammstein, but there's rain in the forecast today, so I'm going to sell my tickets? Like, that's going to stop them from going to a show like that?
The rain was pretty intense. It was actually really, really cool. It felt like, it really looked like a movie scene, with the set that they had and everything. Mm-hmm. And I was so into it. And the fires, like, they put on a whole spectacle. It's not just a concert. It's like a Cirque du Soleil show with the fireworks and the fire and how it's all gimmicked and shit. I really enjoyed it.
Is there banter? Do they have banter, or are they like very serious? Just
not very much banter. Just some quick thank yous, like New York City, like that. That was it.
Even though the show wasn't in New York City, was it?
It was at MetLife. Yeah,
New York City, we love you.
It was their New York City. It was their New York City stop, because there's only like eight shows.
I just watched a video of a guy who does all these mashups of like one band performing in the style of another act, and he did one that was Rammstein playing Genie in a Bottle by Christina Aguilera. It's so good, but I don't know. We wouldn't get copyright striked if we
would.
that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play it now.
All right. He's not on a label or anything.
It's not that we would get striked. It would just, he could claim it and then it would pull the video, I think.
Okay.
Rob, could you just listen on your own end there and then review it? We'll wait here silently for 3 minutes. You could just check it out.
No, I cannot do that. No.
Fine. Could you maybe sing what you think in your mind that would sound like?
No.
And then Darren will tell you if you got it right or not?
This is me at the Rammstein show.
Did you go by yourself? Did you go with friends?
I went with friends, but we didn't. I was in the pit by myself, but I actually ran into a ton of people that I knew in there, so it was nice.
It's like a video game. He's trying to like kill Bowser.
Yeah, he's trying to kill the keyboardist. It's pretty wild.
It doesn't seem safe.
He doesn't succeed. In previous ones, the keyboardist just flails around on fire, but not in this one.
So this is like a less cartoonish Gwar, basically.
Yeah.
It's like a more serious Gwar.
Yeah, there's even one point, when they play the song Pussy, he has like a giant dick gun that shoots quote unquote cum that's really just like foamy soap.
Serious?
Yeah.
So there's multiple hard rock metal acts that have like fake cum in there.
It's Gwarstein.
Yeah.
So it's like Gwar after if they would have put out a Sgt. Pepper, and then
it's the gritty reboot of Gwar. It's like a Peacock did a gritty reboot. Whatever happened to that? I totally like that Fresh Prince reboot came out, that you didn't hear another word about it.
They're doing another season of it.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I guess people watched it. Okay. Almost forgot that existed. So lots of fire. Could you feel the heat from where you stood, Rob, or no?
Oh, yeah. It felt nice. It felt nice and toasty, especially with the rain. It made it a little cooler.
It rained the whole show?
It rained at the very beginning of the show.
Okay.
Like for the first 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Yeah, it was fine. And we had ponchos.
Did you bring ponchos or did they hand out ponchos?
Well, I did not bring a poncho. I was in the pit. Someone handed me a poncho. Some nice civilian was like, "Here, bro, you can use this." I was like, "Thank you."
It was an American. It wasn't one of the Germans or Russians.
No, it was an American. He called me bro, and not like bro,
bro,
not bro. Call me bro.
Yeah.
Did you take the poncho home?
I mean, I wore it. Yeah,
but
it's
now
still in my car.
Oh,
I don't have a.
What was his real name? Poncho. I know that's a nickname. Now, you didn't ask him when you took him home.
Wait a minute. That's not what I meant.
Oh.
But the show was good. They played all your favorite hits.
Yes. No, they didn't play the one song that ended up. That was my Livecast pick of the week, my music break pick. But they did. They played over 2 hours though, which was very impressive.
Was there an opener?
Oh, there was, but I didn't make it. Oh, there was one point. There was another thing that I. Well, they were just. It was just two pianists, and they actually had them perform during their set as well.
Did they also shoot white foam?
Pianists.
Oh, never mind.
I did want to mention one other thing. So there's this little intermission at one point.
Oh, okay.
And to kill time, they just started showing people in the crowd.
Okay.
They're just random shots of the crowd. So someone would go, people would cheer. Then a girl, completely unprompted, just flashes her titties.
I mean, that's what people do at rock concerts.
Yes. I it's been so long since I've experienced this, though. It felt a little almost passé to me. But hold on. So one girl flashes her titties. Then they cut to another girl. She's flashing her titties. Then it's just a series of girls flashing their tits. So it's like 5, 6 girls. One girl, she was like, "No, I'm not flashing my tits." And they were respectful. They cut away. Then another girl flashed her tits. 7 girls flash her tits. Then they cut to like an 8-year-old girl on her parents' shoulders. And it's such a like, ew, like what? What are you doing? Like, Like the
Maybe
previous
it was like the camera
the-
guy's like way of shaming the audience for liking all the rest of it. Like, all those girls were someone's daughter too. How do you feel now, huh? Pigs?
It was just so weird. The previous shot was a girl with her tits out, a woman with her tits out.
Yeah.
And then the next shot is a little girl. And it's like, no, don't flash your tits. No.
It's a psychological experiment.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Were any of them
Rob
good?
has
Did any
huge
of them
pot
make you
tits.
twice?
Oh, sorry. What'd you say, sis?
There were some nice tits.
All right.
Some nice goth ladies.
Was the lady that's in the picture that we posted, that Rammstein posted, that you're in, Rob? There's a girl in that's like on somebody's shoulders and she's in a bikini top. Was she one of the flashers? No?
I don't recall that she was one of them. No. Well, I want to share this Dave Mustaine quote here, Darren.
Oh no. Okay.
I'm sorry, but you have to perform as Dave Mustaine. There's no video here. Believe it or not, now that Megadeth just released their new album this week, I believe yesterday it came out. I haven't heard it yet, but he's doing all these interviews. He was interviewed about
this picture. Jesus.
He was interviewed about his biography, where he said that he was the leader of Metallica when he was in the band.
For that 8 minutes.
Yeah. And so the interviewer noted the big egos of James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich during the 80s. And Mustaine rebutted with how he remembers those booze-fueled days.
Those bozos.
The bozo-fueled days.
By the way, R.I.P. Bozo was my favorite trending topic when the Queen died. That was just made me so happy.
So good.
Yes.
Oh no, I am clearly the alpha male between the three of us. Why did I have to do everything when I was in the band? Why did they always ask me to talk to the promoters and collect the cash? Why was I the one who always had to do the fighting? Why did I have to talk in between songs?
I guess because he was the oldest one. Wasn't he also the one with the most experience in a band?
Is he the oldest one? I don't know. Is that true?
And also, did he have to do all that stuff, or did he force himself into doing all that stuff, and that's part of the reason they kicked him out?
Shut up, Sid. Dare you?
He is the oldest. He is the oldest.
Also 68 years old?
60.
Who looks better, Jim or Jerry Seinfeld?
Seinfeld, without question.
Oh, not a doubt.
No,
He's older, right? He's even older than Seinfeld, or no?
No, I don't.
Seinfeld is older.
Yeah.
Mustaine is 60.
Oh, he's only
Seinfeld is
60. Yeah,
68.
wow.
Yeah.
Mustaine did more
He's
hair on.
very
than Jerry,
beautiful.
That's true.
There was one other quote from Dave Mustaine.
There we go. You want to set it up, or does it need set up?
So apparently, Ellefson tried to poach a Megadeth song. 2013. So second paragraph is where his quote begins, Darren.
Okay. Well, this is not about that though. This says I sent a text message to. Is that the one we're talking about?
Is
I'm
this a
talking
different
about-
link, Rob, or no? It's the
Different
same
link. Different link. Oh,
Oh.
no, it's second link. Oh, was there more to the first link?
There was another quote in the first link, but
Oh, let's see. Oh, okay. It says Mustaine talks about Metallica all the time because he cares about them, sharing a text exchange he had with Hetfield after the latter expressed doubts during a recent show.
I sent a text message to James just a couple of days ago after he said that he was insecure about his playing.
That's not how he means it.
Isn't it?
How do you know, Rob? I said, James, I love you, and I really like your playing. He didn't answer. Of course not. Why would he? Point is, I wanted him to know that I've had those feelings too, but I don't now.
Wow, I love that he said he didn't answer.
yeah, he's so hurt by all this shit.
And also, why? Like, would James be okay with this story even being shared? Like a
Well, no,
private
he
text
said
exchange?
on stage he was talking about how well James didn't answer him, so it wasn't exactly an exchange.
No.
Now, was it?
Sid
It
means,
was
the
a
fact,
wondering-
Sid means the fact that Dave has his number. He doesn't want
Oh.
that.
Wait,
James saying he's feeling insecure. He said that on stage.
oh, he didn't say that to Dave. Dave just
Oh.
heard about it and then decided
Oh, a
to
clip
text.
of it. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. And he texted him like, "Buddy, I love you. Even though I've been talking all the shit about your band in the media and how I wrote
Yeah.
all those songs."
James wouldn't fucking talk to him at all, like about hello, how's the weather, let alone about
Yeah,
his
it's true.
insecurity.
Yeah.
He must
Do we
remind you.
Do we
Oh,
want to
sorry.
see this Hetfield speech where he talks about being insecure?
Oh, sure.
Please.
Let's see. I'm loading it up right now. Here we go. This is James Hetfield, I believe, like a few months ago now. This is when they start because also he just got back out of rehab. He's divorced his wife. He's been going through
He's in
some
a
shit.
permanent state of either about to be in rehab or just got out of rehab. So
right.
We now have a Metallica birthing section. It's our shows, especially in Brazil. It's amazing, isn't it? It's crazy.
What's going on here?
We are so blessed. So, I got to tell you, I wasn't feeling very good before I came out here. Feeling a little bit insecure, like I'm an old guy, can't play anymore, all this bullshit that I tell myself in my head. So, I talked to these guys, and they helped me. As simple as that. They gave me a hug and said, hey, if you're strong.
And they said, hey, you're contractually obligated.
yeah, this is how much money we would lose if you didn't come out.
He's doing the Seinfeld. I said, hey, what's the deal with my playing? I can't play anymore.
What's the deal with arthritis?
I can't even pick up the guitar to pick it up in the first place.
But also, this is clearly a made-up story. This is probably the same banter he does every night at this part of the set.
No.
don't think so? You think he was being legit?
No, it would have made. Yeah, this was just a one-time thing.
Why do they call it taking a dump?
We got your back. And I tell you, it means the world to me.
Do you think that Lars Ulrich gets barred from going on rides at amusement parks? You ever think he's too short to take a ride? I mean, what is the deal? So, hey, Lars, ever get kicked off the Cyclone, buddy?
You ever get really popular and then some other guy tries to take all the credit?
What is the deal with Dave Mustaine?
And then he's texting me like, gold, James, gold.
He wants that dinner. He's owed that dinner. It's got to be a real meal, not soup.
I mean, the guy's got 11 platinum albums. Get over it. It was 40 years ago.
Yes, I kicked your dog. All right, get over it.
Who hasn't kicked a dog? I mean, let's be real.
Has anyone ever asked James about that story?
No,
I wonder. Like, hey, did you actually kick a fucking dog? Is that made up?
I mean, he hasn't denied it.
Yeah, right? Like, you'd think if that was made up, he'd fucking sue to get that shit taken out. That's libel.
Sure.
But no. It'd probably be one of those things where it'd be like, I don't remember doing it, but I was so fucked up back in those days. It's totally possible. So I can't confirm or deny. We'd have to exhume the dog and check its ribs for fucking boot imprints.
Yeah. It's a match.
Find Dave's childhood front yard. See if there's any dog bones in there.
Well, they were at Ron McGovney's house, I think.
But it was Dave's dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't bury the dog like that moment.
Oh, I misunderstood.
Dave, I assume the dog lived a few more years, just walked with a limp.
Yeah, you're right.
And finally buried out front of Casa Mustaine. Maybe he cast a hex to try to bring the dog back, and it didn't work.
Oh no,
poor pup.
That's when he gave up on all that hex stuff because his dog can't bring the dog back. That should be a scene in a movie.
Puppy.
Oh, that's another episode title candidate. Punted puppy. There's like some kind of, I'm going to make a treatment for this film where he goes to he practices the dark arts. He injures that guy's foot or whatever, right? That's what he said. The woman has sex with him. So now he's interested, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to Madame Zara or something. He goes somewhere and he wants to learn more about this. And she's like, you must not fool with this. This is very serious. And he goes away, and then his dog gets kicked and eventually dies of internal hemorrhaging and everything. And he just really wants to bring the dog back. So he brings this poor puppy to Madame Zara. And she's like, it cannot be done, you know. And then he finds a way to do it. He brings the dog back, but it's like a zombie.
So it could be like Pet Cemetery, and then maybe like he has a successful band. They go on tour. Every tour stop, there's dead animals showing up to the venue, or like people with their dead animals saying, "Dave, save my."
The word gets out.
They bring their dead animal to the meet and greets.
Word gets out. He can heal the sick and dead animals.
And it's just a movie of Dave being annoyed. Like, there's not even like a real like point to it. It's just more of these people. God,
he was just like, no. When I was talking about the dogs of Chernobyl, I was being metaphorical.
They're beyond saving.
What is the deal with radiated dogs? I mean, you'd think someone would put a hazmat suit on the dog. You live in Chernobyl.
And they're smaller hazmat suits, more affordable.
If you want to continue talking about dogs with us, hang out with us in our Discord. If you go to RIPALivecast.com, get the link right there for our Discord. Chat with us on Discord. You can also get the links to all of our destinations at RIPALivecast.com. And you can send us your feedback there or email us, riplivecast@gmail.com. And I want to talk about our RIPL Livecast music break. As I mentioned, I included Rammstein in there. Every week we each pick a lovely song and we throw it in there in the playlist. We call it the music break. We don't want to play it during the actual podcast. We don't want any copyright issues. So my pick this week is Engel by Rammstein, which is also what I call my dog Babka. I call her my little Engel.
Did I just say that literally 30 seconds after you did that Discord promo, somebody just signed up to the Discord?
Oh,
cool. I thought you were going to say your nickname was for her was Rammstein.
No, it's Engel. She's my little Engel.
Is that what Engel means in German?
Yeah, it means angel. And so what I really loved about the performance of it when they would do it previous times I've seen them is he would be propped up with angel wings, and then the angel wings shoot fire.
Oh my god,
that's serious.
Just everything shoots fire. That's what you learn with Ram. Whereas war is to blood, as Rammstein is to fire. I was almost worried that there wouldn't be fire because of the rain, but there was fire.
Can't deny the fans what they want.
Yeah, exactly.
Sid, what was your pick?
Earlier this week, for the first time, I watched the Oasis documentary that came out in 2016, and it was really good, and it reminded me of a lot of their great songs. A lot of their songs are very timeless. I did need subtitles to watch this documentary because they have the thickest accents. It is very difficult to make out what they're saying sometimes. I will say there was one moment where Noel Gallagher mentions having a Chinese meal. Sadly, he did not say succulent, but it was so fucking close. I was so excited. But I picked the song by Oasis.
Sorry.
It's pretty much like that. I picked the song Acquiesce, which is a later one of their singles that's very good, but you don't hear it that often. You hear Champagne Supernova and Wonderwall and all that stuff. You don't hear the stuff from the later albums, but it's a great song, and they had a lot of really great songs. Besides all their drama and all their media shit talk, they were actually a quite good band. So that was my pick. Darren?
I picked the song Love Serenade by Barry White. And there's a little story behind that, which is that someone was talking to me, trying very hard and very exuberantly to get me to start following this guy who's a YouTuber called Mark Robier. I don't know if you know who that is, but he's just like this a next generation Reggie Watts. Like he has a loop machine, and he just makes songs on the spot on his live streams. And some of them are funny. I didn't really get the whole appeal of it, but he has a lot of songs where he's just basically doing Barry White. Like he's basically just doing parodies of Barry White on the spot. Is like 60% of his act. So I was sitting there listening to this because someone asked me to listen to it. And I just realized I just want to listen to Barry White.
Yes.
So I just went and listened to Barry White, and I started going through a lot of his songs and recapturing what I loved about Barry White. And this is one of my favorite songs because it's kind of really just very early, very slow paced rap. It's just like him talking this whole song. There's a lot of like, take off that brassiere, my dear. I want you naked as the world, as when you came in the world. And then it's just like fuck music. It's like instrumental ambient fuck music.
It's like what Rob was thinking about that 8-year-old girl at the Rammstein show.
Oh,
come on, little girl. Let's see you the way you came into the world.
I don't like that.
It's fucked up, Rob.
So it's just like 7-minute ambient fuck music with intermittent appearances by Barry White talking to a woman.
Does Barry White have any non-fuck songs?
He has his catalog is split, I would say, between fuck songs and like romantic songs about loss and stuff like that. So it's like kind of 50-50.
So it's like I want to fuck you or I'm sad that I can't fuck you anymore.
Yeah, and there's also a few that are like I love you and it's like romantic rather than
without anything sexual.
Well, not without. I mean, his voice is just sexual.
Yeah,
period.
fair.
But like not like overtly sexual lyrics in some of them, and other times it's like we're getting down. That's what he's most known for.
Yeah.
There's some variety in there. Big fan of Barry White.
That's all on Spotify, and check out our Patreon if you want a little more Livecast in your life. Hit up our Patreon page. $5 a month gets you 2 extra episodes a month, and we have like over 2 years of bonus epis right now. Our featured new bonus episode is another edition of the RIP A Livecast Hall of Fame. We induct the succulent Chinese meal guy. Speaking of, and we induct Danny with his great raps. We check in with what he's doing nowadays, and the lady who shouted out Gatan Gas. And then this Thursday, a new episode pops up, and the highlight of that is we spent way too much time investigating these penile enlargement.
Oh God.
And what a bad idea they were. And again, these are the type of topics we could really dive into on the Patreon episode because it gets a little more hardcore than we feel on the regular shows because this is a public.
Which reminds me, did you put in the show in the episode summary for that? Did you put in the naked dick warning?
I should include that. We will include that here as well. Clearly, so. You will have plenty to enjoy in there. We have movie watch-alongs. We have roundtable.
Oh my God!
Lots of that.
By the way, that the one coming out on Thursday, it's not all dick stuff. There's non-dick stuff too.
Right. That was really the only sexual themed one in this batch of stories, I think.
We talk about
in this
old
batch
Brooklyn
of stories.
politician who is very reminiscent of the old New York. That was my highlight.
I do want to play like a minute of that one day on this show, just so we can get him into the meme water.
Yes, I'm okay with that.
We could do that.
We could include that. We could probably include that segment in the feed for our free listeners as a preview. We'll do that later in the week.
Okay. Привет. Pots.
Привет, Pots. That's what I say to Rob when I see him in person.
So yeah, that's that. And of course, so that's $5 a month. If you want to throw us an extra $5, $10 a month, you're a top Livecast fan of the week. You get a little shout out at the end of the show, which is right now. And I'm going to do it as King Charles III.
Yes, exactly what I was going to ask for.
Awesome. Oh, but before we do that, though, Sid, what does RIP stand for?
Royal is putrefied.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'd like to thank Eric and Benjamin, and I'd like to say, El Torino, get this off of my desk immediately. And Jan and Sam, we pay tribute to Her Majesty, my mother, that cunt.
Sound more congested.
Okay, hold on. My mother, the Queen, Mindy Mayer's kipper, and I give her a little gender in Massachusetts. Have it up to my quarters immediately. I want to see Robert Ganoush, a.k.a. Justin, on his knees begging for forgiveness from Cattle Decaf. And I want Robert Vampiro and Hugo likes tacos. I haven't had a taco ever. It's a little beneath me.
Now it sounds more like Alan Rickman.
Okay, hold on. Robert Vampiro! Lando Danks! LaCroix! Corey and Scotty H! Doug Pigman! Douglas, who are you, Leveson? Hi, guys. It's Josh.
That's the real British Queen.
We love you all. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week.
Bye.
God kill the Queen.